drunk driving destroys lives. Here is Stephen Epstein, a top New York DWI attorney.
I have been successfully defending DWI charges for over 30 years. Please do not risk you or your family's life by driving while impaired during this holiday season. I have spent my career helping those that have made this mistake, and I'm here to help you if you need me. Please call 516-745-1500. BarkheadEpstein.com.
You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
And joining us now, you guys, as we're talking more about the drones and what they could be doing, we have Tidal McCoy. He's the former assistant secretary of the Air Force. Ty, what could this be? What do you suspect?
What
are
do you
hearing
hear from the Washington elites?
Well, it's great to be on with you, Rita and Katz, and join the show as always. And I'm hearing a lot of strange things, and then I'm hearing not much, which is a little bit more perplexing. I think that one of the unifying things and theories that comes to mind, looking at all that's happened, is that if you take a look at what's happened with the Chinese recently and happened internally and their designs, Mr. Xi Jinping, the president of China, may be sending a message with these drones, as well as his very long-range ICBM test in September that was unprecedented, firing across the Pacific, as well as turning down the invitation to come and join the Trump inaugural, that he's saying, Putin works for me, Biden works for me, and Mr. Trump, now you're going to work for me. And I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to have drones that can show you what we can do in your airspace, or what we might can do in the airspace over Taiwan and Guam, what we can do that we have already done by infiltrating all of your telecommunications, the so-called Salt Typhoon gigantic hacking that's taken place. So I've hacked your telecommunications. I've hacked some of your command and control for your military. Now I'm going to put up a bunch of drones. Maybe I'm going to hack your airspace and do it in sort of a semi-legitimate way. I don't know. Maybe it's a signal of that sort, if that is what the scenario might be. Now, it's interesting that President Trump was asked recently, a few hours ago, does he know, does the government know what's going on? And he says, yes, the government knows, and they should disclose what's going on. And then he was asked, had he been briefed on this by the government, presumably? And he said, no comment, which seems to indicate he had been briefed. He said he might go to Bedminster for the weekend. He didn't seem to be too concerned, per se, in that it was something that he could handle and the United States could handle, even though it doesn't appear the Biden administration may be able to handle it.
Ty, let me ask you, Ty, what, yes. Because I was watching that too. It was interesting to see President Trump signal, essentially sort of saying there was maybe some intel briefing, but he can't say what it is. And then also he said, listen, if they were worried, they would be shooting it down, and they're not. Then the Pentagon came out and said it's not U.S. military. What are you hearing, even like vis-a-vis nuclear? What are you hearing?
Well, I've heard that there were some large radiation spikes along both sides of the Hudson, because they monitor the Hudson along with other places where there are nuclear plants. And there were large spikes of radiation in the sensors a few weeks ago. And that concerned the military and national security authorities. And therefore, one theory is all these drones are up with sensors looking for the movement of nuclear materials that potentially are coming down the Hudson, maybe moving into some area where they can be assembled for a nuclear event, timed to cause a lot of disruption like 9/11 did. So it could be our U.S. the drones that are extremely advanced and are flying according to kind of FAA rules that are looking for that. That's one scenario. Now, where those nuclear materials may have come from, would they have come from Chinese sources and help as a little bit of a warning shot across the bow of the new Trump administration? Would they have come from a dead hand switch from Hamas or Hezbollah since they were defeated? Maybe they decided to send us a little going away present to remind us that they can reach out and cause damage to our homeland. So there are a number of scenarios for sure, and it's not clear. I was looking for something that is fits into a pattern, and it seems to be that the aggressiveness of a very large and powerful Chinese Communist Party, which has even sabotaged their own economy and their own red capitalists to achieve continued supremacy within their own country, and of course cause a lot of damage to other countries, that they might be the culprit, if you would. They have the technology. They don't seem to fear too many people on the world stage and are claiming everything from the South China Sea to Taiwan to Tibet to a lot of other things, and are not going to be content with the United States and others preventing their rise, their expansion.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So, yeah. Ty, you threw a lot of scenarios out there. Wow.
Ty, I mean, they're looking for something, and those are very, very sophisticated drones, very, very advanced. And they made a comment, well, it's not from the Department of Defense. Well, I guess the agencies, certain agencies don't report to the Department of Defense. They report to the president.
Like Independence Day.
Just like the movie Independence Day.
There may be some organizations that exist. There were certainly the National Reconnaissance Office, which runs all the satellites. The mere existence and the name of that organization was classified up until 15, 20 years ago or so. You couldn't even utter the name.
Yes.
So there could be something like that. I wouldn't say there's a Men in Black scenario here, but I don't think it's aliens. They don't show the characteristics of physical means flight. They are very advanced.
I mean, I understand what Trump said, that those things are flying over Bet Mitzvah. What do you mean you're not going to do anything about it?
And he's demanding the public should know.
And he's going to Bet Mitzvah for the weekend.
Yeah, although he said he may not go now. He's a little concerned. So we'll see.
Well, Ty, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Let's talk later in the week.
Sounds good. Will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
You all have a great...
Eden Memorial Chapels understands Jewish funerals can take many forms. Some are Orthodox, while others are more conservative or of a Reformed nature. There's no one better. With services close to all New York and New Jersey cemeteries, Eden Memorial Chapels offer fair and balanced pricing and can provide easy transfer of you and your loved ones to Israel. While you're grieving, they're here to take care of all the details so that you deal with less bureaucracy and have more peace of mind. Go to EdenMemorial.com. That's EdenMemorial.com.
Sid here from my good friends at Inhala.com. Let's talk about serious business. Sleep apnea. Whether you've been diagnosed with it or afraid you have it, I've got the solution. Inhala is here to give you your life back by giving you your breath back. They make it easy to get help for sleep apnea because living without restful sleep is simply no way to live. Inhala gives you a custom-fitted oral appliance that opens your airway so you naturally breathe the way nature intended. The best part is they offer virtual consultations and in-home sleep testing. No overnight stays at a sleep center. Plus, Inhala has all the doctors that you'll need. Appointments are virtual, and it's all covered by your private medical insurance. Inhala does it all, from diagnosis to the delivery. Don't suffer from another sleepless night or daytime fatigue. Visit Inhala.com or call 844-INHALA-1. That's 844-INHALA and the number 1. Call now. 844-INHALA-1. That's 844-INHALA-1.
Day.
Thank you. You too. Wow.